Welcome back, everyone. JayborinoPlays here. This is the Hammer of Dawn, a custom campaign for Starcraft 2, created by EDHRIANO. Mission 3, the Cradle of Life. Your shield can save you. Let's keep going on normal. Those bosses are pretty tricky. Planet EDHRIANO, 3DHR14NO. Cradle of Life, Inner Chamber. What the hell just happened? Kyra, Ben is... I know you were there. Show yourself. What? Is it possible? Daramantis, is that you? Radamantis, I knew it. I knew you'd look for me. Silence, all of you. Listen and listen well. You, the one they call Ben R. In 97 of your heartbeat, in 97 heartbeats, you will die. None of our conventional methods can save you. We have not so conventional methods. But if you choose it, only if you choose it, you can accept our gift. Yes, I accept your gift. Please. Very well, but be warned. No one has ever touched death. No one that has ever touched death can return unchanged. It's been 5 hours. How long does it take? Calm down. You cannot rush this. You cannot rush into things. Easy for you to say. Why don't you take a walk, Kyra? Try to calm yourself. The objective is take a walk.
I got my ears on.
Fine, I'll look around for a bit. Contact me if anything happens, okay? Lost your parents and family during hybrid assaults. Okay, so these are the same tooltips that we've seen before. So Kyra and Mira, you are free to explore, but should you use your weapon here? ... I get it. You don't have to tell me twice for that. Okay, so we're gonna walk around and talk to folks. Explore the facility. No one is going to die. No killing inside the facility. Do I even have the option to kill people if I wanted to? So many species in one place. We still hope to expand our collection. Really? Any particular species in mind? I think the correct term for that species is Terran. So he's like, don't fuck around with me, I'm gonna add you to my zoo. Sorry to bother you, I'll be on my way now. Yikes, that's harrowing.
No problem.
Well, let's talk to this guy and then we'll keep checking to the left, though there's probably nothing down there. You can see where all the beacons are on the minimap. Those chambers, why do you put those animals there? Those are stasis chambers. It allows them to sleep for a very long time. It also preserves their DNA. 1,000 years may pass outside these chambers. But for those inside, not even a day. Alright, so we're preserving them in case something catastrophic happens. If this is eternal youth, if this is what eternal youth is all about, I have to say no. What is this guy right here? What is this? Like a little lava bug? Maybe something you'd see on Char on the Char tile set? And the maze, the Guardian? Why are you keeping this facility a secret? Our society deserves to know the truth. I was just as shocked as you when I found out the truth. Look, imagine if everyone knew about the existence of the Spear of Adun. And because of that, Amon destroys it before we can get to it. What happens then? We would have lost the war before it even began. This facility is of equally great importance. Only a select few know of its existence. This foolish quest of yours has claimed so many lives. Their deaths. Their deaths are on me, and I will carry that burden with me for the rest of my life. Do you need something, Kyra? Don't mind me. I will be on my way now. I really like this Kyra Han marine model. It's really cool. I don't know how much I've pointed this out in the past, but it's really cool looking. Sibling quarrel, best not get in their way. Was that in the editor, or is it custom? Because I want to default to say that it's custom, and it's really, really neat. Duramanus, a protest scientist who was missing during the quest for the Cradle of Life. The client lost contact with his sister while searching for the Cradle of Life. Paid a lot of resources to search for a search and rescue mission. If it's not clear, I'm sort of translating on the fly. I think EDHRIANO is... Well, I don't know. I don't know what your nationality is, EDHRIANO. You can share if you want. But if you want, you could look into someone rewriting your script. Not to say that that's a fault of the campaign. Obviously, non-native English speakers aren't expected to have perfect English. But I'm sort of translating very similar to how I did with the Proditor. Are those Zerg? Why keep them here? The sole purpose of the Cradle of Life's facility is in the preservation of species. So in a time of great disaster and of great need, it is possible to start over. Okay, so what if the Zerg caused the great disaster? We really want to preserve them? Oh, I get it, just like Noah's Ark. It's an interesting concept, Cradle of Life. Designed to be a safe haven, the sole purpose of the Cradle of Life is in the preservation of species. So in time of great disaster and great need, it is possible to start over.
Roger that.
Interesting. I'm kind of curious to know what the end game of this campaign is supposed to be. Like, what are we doing here? Very, very neat. Stop. It is dangerous to go beyond this point. Dangerous, really? Why is that? Why don't you see for yourself? Ursidons? Why are they attacking your base? They are beasts. Who knows why they do what they do? For food? Territory? Or something else? Can we just walk up here? Are they letting me go? I've explored the facility. Kyra, they're finished with Ben. Alright, let's go back, because we're technically not supposed to go that way. You go on ahead. I'll be right there. I am alive. I like these. I really like the way that these objectives are worded. To be or not to be, that is the question. And I also like that no one is going to die. It's not a don't let anybody die. It's just, it's a statement. No one's going to die. Everyone's making it out. I like it a lot. No killing inside the facility.
Engaging. Right.
Okay, so let's see if they were able to save Ben-Ar. Where is Ben? I don't see Ben. I am right here, Kyra. Ha, very funny, young lady. Seriously, you can come out now, Ben. Look, Kyra, I know it seems preposterous, but this is really Ben. What the hell? What? How? And why? This is the unconventional method we mentioned to save your friend. How? How is turning Ben into a woman saving Ben? There is no gender role in our society. We determine our role by our action and contribution to society. Gender role is something you Terrans have come up with, and we are not turning Ben into a woman. Ben is now an eradicator. Alright. Yeah, if you're really Ben, then prove it. You sure about this? You really want me to spill your embarrassing secret? You cried like a little girl when Alan Rickman died. You like to listen to Justin Bieber. What the hell? You believe Santa is real, and you like 50 Shades of Grey. This is like bizarre fourth wall breaking at this point. You want me to continue? Oh wow, I know that attitude. Just so strange coming from someone without a big pointy stick. Wait until Annabelle sees you, Ben. She's going to tease you like crazy. This went from standard SC2 campaign to incredibly bizarre. I am going to need to soak it all in. Let's just go home for now. The mission is complete anyway. Temporal shield is nice. Disintegration, 500 damage over 20 seconds. Oh dear. You can't go home. Remember the portal? It needs a very rare crystal material to power it. Meaning we need to find another one if we're going to go back. These are all neutral buildings. Wait, are you telling me all this time, not once they tried to get it on their own? They can't. The way is long and dangerous. The Templar in this lab are all they have left. We lost many to Amon's madness. You will have to go and get the crystal material. Fine. You did save Ben, and I owe you that much. Can I say, there is nothing wrong with mourning Alan Rickman's death. Your medic friend took your change very well, Ben. Lena Wachowski, Chaz Bono, Caitlyn Jenner, please. Nothing surprised me anymore. This has gotten real weird. Alright, so we're going to ignore the whole talk about gender roles and the gender change, because I feel like there's some weird, bizarre point that was trying to be made, and I'm sorry, but I'm not even going to get into it, because it's a little too off-topic and strange for this. But we're going to continue playing the mission. The Purifiers were built under direct control order of the Conclave to be an ultimate fighting force. The program was originally kept in shadow and unified in the belief that consciousness could be turned into data, thereby used to preserve the thought process and decision-making ability of former living beings. Okay, so are they implying that Ben R, his consciousness was either transferred or it was copied into this adept? Dragoon pilots, not sure why this tooltip for Dragoons are here. The result of the Purifier program and Dragoon program combine, I see. Instead of piloting an exoskeleton, the candidate's brain and other functioning internal organs are extracted and put into an artificial body similar to that of the Purifier. Okay, this all makes sense now. So he wasn't put into an adept's body. This adept, okay, so he's basically a Purifier at this point, but his brain is his brain. So he's a mix between a Purifier and a Dragoon. Very, very cool. Preserver Katara, the head of the Cradle of Life, she and her fellow scientists vow to live a life of secrecy in order to safeguard the Cradle of Life and locations in existence. So all this stuff about things that happen now in the 21st century have nothing to do with Starcraft, because Starcraft is considerably far into the future. Even they're talking about Amon, so this takes place in the lure of Starcraft. It's just gotten real strange. So what can you do? You got disintegration and temporal shields. All right. So I think... Oh, so that just works that way. We don't have to target it. It's not like Zeratul old one. Home Sweet Home. Search for a rare crystal material to power the portal home. Okay, so I assume we're going to want to go all the way up here into the wild to search for the crystal. Interesting start. Interesting start. So again, the dialogue, again, because the creator is not a native English speaker, may seem a little wonky. I'm doing my best to kind of translate it. But again, don't ever judge a campaign by that. Going out to get the crystal, may I suggest to save your game before you continue? Thank you, Vice Captain. I will. Boom. Indeed we are. Wait, warning to save game. Aw, man, the boss fight's coming up. Indeed, so a lot of fourth wall breaking this mission, a lot of talk about 21st century celebrities. And again, there's no shame in mourning Alan Rickman. That man was wonderful. Okay, and attack, and let's just keep Mirakel back. And if we're just attacking Ursadon, then this doesn't matter that much. We do have 3 medic kits, so that's fine. And let's just go ahead and... Well, I was going to stim, but we really don't have to. How much damage does Ben R do now? 30 damage. It's not restricted to lighter armor. That's wonderful. Can we go in here? We cannot. I can kind of see through there. Okay, so I like this composition a bit more, if you ask me. Oh, dear. All right. I like this composition of units a bit more, just like 2 standard raged units. They both have like a semi-nuke. Disintegration isn't really a nuke, I take that back. But we're going to be wanting using disintegration on any boss that we come across, that's for sure. Why don't you go ahead and stim. We don't really have to use any... We don't have to really use any abilities. Temporal shields only works, I think, for Ben R. When I used it, it didn't look like it worked on Kyra. Like, it didn't give her 100 shields, temporary shields, or anything like that. Okay, let's go ahead and use our big blast on that thing. So, oh, it does, it does. Okay, so it gives Kyra Han one, and Mirakel. Mirakel, it just doesn't show up. Okay, that's why I got a little confused there. No problem, let's continue. So that's good to know. There is an actual temporary shield. Hey, look, family bear. Wait, those aren't bears. A family of bears. What are these again? I don't remember what, are they like Ursidax, I think? A lot of goofy Easter eggs in this mission. We'll see if that continues or if it's just this mission. I'm not sure. Let's continue, though. It looks like we're getting close. We have two large matriarchs here. Let's go ahead and pop a shield. There we go. And as long as one is alive, or one is dead, I should say, we're nearly able to out-heal it. Mirakel has slightly less health, actually, than Ben R. They both... Oh, well, no, but she has 2 armor, so that kind of evens out. Okay, so that used a lot of Mirakel's energy, so I'm going to take my time and explore a little bit. Procrastinate by looking through these trees, if you will, so that we can get some energy back on Mira. And I'm still kind of unclear why there's a Mirakel and a Kyra Han, because I thought it was Mira Han from the campaign. I'm not sure. Maybe it's different in other translations of the game, actually. I have no idea, though. All right, these Zerusian Needlers are down here for some reason as well, but they, you know, not a big problem. I might just go ahead and grenade this group. That was mildly effective, but that was my only grenade, so I'm not sure if that was the best use of that. We probably could have killed those like normal. Should have just stimmed. I'm just looking out for any gotcha moments. Watch out, more snow giants. Wait, don't shoot. Okay. Huh? Did they just ignore us? I mean, I didn't kill them.
Where does it hurt?
Yeah, I think they just did.
Yeah?
Well, that's nice. We didn't have to kill any more of the wildlife than we had to. Let's go ahead and quick save right here before going on to this beacon. Did you girls know that they keep 2 Zerg in their lab? I know, I saw them too. They're very large. They're really huge. An aberration and a queen, right? I've fought a few of those before. What, really? Did you win? I did. Very strong and formidable opponents. How did they manage to catch them, I wonder? You know what would be cool? If they had a dragon here. It's basically a dragon. An elemental dragon here. You just had to ask, didn't you? Alright. So, this is going to take a few tries, I imagine. So hungry. More snow giant meat. More. The snow giants must have tried to run away from this creature. Out of the frying pan, straight into the fire. Quick save. And disintegration. And oh god, I don't like that Mira's getting hit by that. All right, stim and use this. Don't stand in those. Oh my god. We're just gonna do as much damage as we can here. Let's go ahead and give shields and attack. How long does this last for? I'm not sure. I can barely see those. Oh my god, that does so much damage. Use this and stim, and disintegration is down still. Gotta get her out of that. Oh, good God. Good God. I mean, is that even avoidable? And I can't really see the little reticules on the ground. So this is hard only because I can't see where those reticules really go. I'm on the highest graphical settings. I can barely see them. All right, disintegrate. All right, get her out of that. Stim. Ah, stop doing that to my medic. Alright, there's really nothing to use right now. I mean, I just have to turn and get my allies out of that run. Alright, let's not get hit by that this time. Mirakel, just stay way in the back and don't get grabbed by this. Stim. And Disintegration is down for the foreseeable future, unfortunately. Run, 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 run. Yeah, and this, whatever that, like, that's not avoidable. And it does, like, the majority of your health. So it's kind of garbage. Kind of garbage. And again, it's completely unavoidable. Let's go ahead and use one of these. Wow. That, like, what are you supposed to do about that? It's again, it's unavoidable, so I'm not entirely clear. Maybe I'll save a little bit more as we get into this fight. I am determined to beat this, though we'll see how many tries it takes. All right, get in there. And Disintegration, as usual. Turn and get, come on. Okay, quick save, run away. Run, run, run. And just stay away from it. There we go. Alright, go. And then Mirakel, just stay away. Get her out of that. Run, 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 run. That could have been worse. Oh my god! I don't... That attack is silly. And I've tried running away from it. Maybe you have to stim and run from it. So, this is challenging. I think Redler left an insightful comment on my last video about EDHRIANO's boss fights, is that they're really unforgiving only because the bosses all have really bizarre attacks that just can kill you instantly. They're very, very fast-paced. They work very different from a lot of boss fights than we're used to in the past, that's for sure. Okay, Mirakel, stand back. They work very different from boss fights that we're used to in the past because you die really, really fast, as opposed to, like, there's some forgiveness that you tend to see. Yeah, I don't think that's avoidable. It doesn't seem like it, that's for sure. All right, stem, attack. Let's just run. No, 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 no. Duh. No! Why would you hit Mirakel? Ah! If he uses that attack to hit Mirakel, there's nothing you can do. There's seemingly nothing. There's no way to interrupt this boss. The fact that each boss has an ability that almost instant kills you is why I don't particularly care for these boss fights. They're harder. I feel like they're artificially hard. They don't have an attack like. There's no choreograph to the boss fights to give you an idea of, like, you need to avoid it now kind of thing. Run, run! I couldn't avoid that. I simply could not. Okay, and again, Disintegration is up. Maybe I need to use the shields when that particular thing happens and just avoid it. See I mean, it seems like you might be able to avoid it, but I'm not really clear how. Couldn't avoid that. And there you go. Again, attacking Mirakel with that attack. And there's not enough energy on my Adept hero on Ben R to give shields to whoever's getting hit every time. It says your shield can save you. I understand that, but considering how frequently that attack happens, I guess we can't use Disintegration? We're just going to have to attack this like normal. Let's just attack it and see what happens here. You move away. Get him out of there. I can't see where those are. It's like we're underwater, so it's like impossible to see where those belong. Okay, and then this is where we use this. So that's where the shield comes in handy, I suppose. Stim. Get her out of there. Quick save now. No! Ah! Oh my god! That attack it makes no sense to me. And there's going to be a certain point where I am just going to give up on this mission, and I'm sorry that we won't be able to see the end cutscene, but I'm just going to abandon it. Look at that. We're coming straight into it. The only thing I can think to do right away from this save is to pop the shield and run. That's all I can think to do, so that's it. That's all we can do. So, see, the shield is down. I can't even use the shield. There's nothing to do here. Except maybe run Mirakel directly away. But yeah, if this save is unrecoverable, I'm just not gonna do it because I can't think of a way to properly avoid this boss. There we go. So we survived there. Let's use disintegration. Okay, run it. Hit this. Don't get hit by that and just run directly away. Don't get hit by that crazy attack. It seems like you just have to run directly away. You don't want to trigger that attack. That's kind of the key, I think. Okay, avoid that. Run directly away. Mirik, yeah!
Not enough energy.
Okay, and let's run in, at least with Ben R. Don't. And we dodged it. Quick save now. Get in there, Mirakel. Oh my word. These boss fights are stressful too because of how hard they are. Don't get hit by those. That's alright. That hit was okay.
Where does it hurt?
Okay. And stim. We're gonna quick save now. I think I'm on track to beat this. I was in a near unrecoverable section, but we are alive. Don't trigger that attack where it does that giant beam attack. There's nothing you can do. So you always have to run directly away from it when it does that. You have to. Very close to death, very close to death. I'm just gonna burn it down. Oh, I see what it's doing. I see. It sucks life from your heroes, but it's dead now. I almost gave up. You could tell I was getting frustrated there. I'm sure you could tell I was frustrated there, but I was on the cusp of saying fuck this because of that unavoidable attack. I sure hope this guy isn't one of the species they try to preserve. You think they'll notice?
I got this.
I think so. They seem pretty fervent about cataloging this stuff. Let's just get the crystal and go home.
Right. Turbines to full.
All right. So this may be it. I'm going to quick save one more time in case there's another unforgiving boss. Must be the place. Ooh, those are cool looking crystals. I like that. Wow, this place is beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful indeed. Okay, and do we have to walk all the way back?
Can do. Weapons hot.
Because there's no objectives, and it just pinged me to come all the way back down here. I like how I can see these Zerg creatures here.
Call the ball.
So let's go all the way back. Gotta come all the way back.
No problem.
So I just auto-attacked my way, and we'll slowly make our way there. We gotta be careful with Mirakel, because we don't have any medic kits left. And I apologize, I was getting a little salty with that boss fight. It seemed completely unavoidable, but I realized when it shoots its avoidable blasts, you have to move directly away from it. If you are in range, it just channels that attack towards you, and there's nothing you can do.
Inbound.
So we have an uneventful walk back. I'm not sure why we are forced to walk. It's because there's some enemies. Look, more snow giants coming out from that cave. That means quick save, because who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They must have found out the dragon is no longer a threat.
Receiving.
I wonder if we can just avoid them. Nope.
Done and done.
Nope, I don't think so. Well, maybe.
Turbines to full.
Let's just run. Okay, there's some down here, but let's just avoid these ones up here.
I got my ears on.
We were up a ramp, they couldn't even see us. But yeah, let's just not fight that group if we don't have to. I was going to say there's no reason to force me to walk all the way back to the base if there's no enemies, but there are, so that's good. I was a little nervous there wouldn't be. And yeah, that boss was tricky. That boss was very, very tricky. I mean, they all have been so far, and it's mostly because they feel unforgiving. Each boss so far has had one attack that just seems like
No problem.
unavoidable
Can
and just does way too much damage. Like the Nidus Dragon did that giant spout of fire. It was just like crazy how much damage that did.
right.
And you couldn't avoid it. There was no sure way to avoid it, and there was no way to telegraph when it was going to do it. And it was same with this boss, though you could sort of telegraph when it would do that ridiculous attack because it was always right after it targeted you on the ground, and you could avoid that. So Alright, we're back. We're back into the Cradle of Life. I'm pleased that Ben-R is, sort of alive. He's something. Here's your crystal. Indeed it is. How did you manage to get past the dragon? Let's just say we can be very persuasive. Ready to go, boss? I am not going. I'm staying here. There's much work to be done here, away from the politics and intrigue. And staying here will also give me the chance to fix what is broken. Farewell, live long and prosper. Star Trek reference. Farewell, traveler, but before you go, there is something I'd like to ask. Worry not, we know what you're going to ask. This place and all its secrets are safe with us. We promise we won't tell. Farewell, mercenary. You be good to each other. Yeah, you too. So this campaign is, I think, in 3 parts, and I believe we just finished the first part. The second part is completed. I think there's 7 missions that have been released so far. We perfected the Eradicator program. Our unexpected volunteer was a success. Yes, of course. We documented everything from the moment they arrived here. I will bring the data to the Council in a week. Indeed, no price is too high to strengthen our glorious race. What? She was talking to Artanis. As you command. Hierarch Artanis. So Artanis is behind this. Someone there? And then the client's sister just walked in and saw that it was Artanis. That's too bad. Artanis kind of came across as some guy who really wasn't into this weird, suspicious shit. But apparently in this campaign he is. He's behind the whole Cradle of Life project. Weird mission. I mean, you could have just had Ben-R come back as an adept and not really even have to say anything about it. You could just have said it was a male adept or not. I don't know. To me, it was just a strange path to take, but who am I? I'm not the map maker. I'm just being honest about how it rubbed me. It was strange. I don't really care. I just feel like there was too much emphasis in the dialogue put on it for no reason. It could have just been glossed over, and it just doesn't matter. It's just not something that matters at all. And then the weird references to the 21st century was strange. The boss fight was tough, and again, I kind of mentioned how Red left an insightful comment, and it was he basically just pointed out how the bosses are very fast-paced. Traditionally, boss fights, you imagine, are slower. They have really powerful attacks that can destroy you very quickly, but they're telegraphed. You know when and where they're going to come, and you have to perform a series of actions to avoid them. Whereas these bosses, they just sort of do those things, and there's really nothing you can do. This boss, I am eating my words a little bit, because this boss, again, the big thing was just move far enough away from it at a specific moment and you can avoid it. But there's no way you can really figure that out without dying many, many times. Whereas, I don't know, in some cases you would see, like, it's charging its attack, and it doesn't need to be glaringly obvious, but there's really no clue to it at all. And it was the same with the Nidus Dragon. Mission 1 was a great example where it would shoot that straight line of fire, and you simply could not avoid it. You just couldn't do it, and if it hit your medic died, and your medic couldn't get any health back, and that was just it. It was like very, very hard to telegraph how the bosses are going to plan their attacks. So that's my criticism of these bosses. And I've talked about good bosses that I've experienced in the past. I've talked about mediocre bosses, and I like these boss fights. They're different. So the credit that I would definitely give them is that they're very different, and they require a different type of trial and error than what I'm used to. So maybe that's why I'm being a little critical of them, because it's not something I'm really used to. But I will say they're very hard because you can't really prepare for them at all. You just have to die a bunch of times until you figure it out. And in some cases, it's not really even figuring out. It's just doing the right thing almost by chance. And I think that's how I managed to stumble across the fact, like, oh, it doesn't shoot those plasma bolts at you if you move in this direction. There's just no way to really know unless you die a bunch. And that's okay. It's different. It's different. So we'll get used to it as we continue this campaign. This has been JayborinoPlays. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.